Supreme Court's Second Amendment framework. In crisis, the Supreme Court's approach to Second Amendment cases is fracturing, as justices struggle to reconcile conflicting legal principles. At issue is whether gun rights should be evaluated under a unique, historically focused test, as dictated by the court's own precedent in New York State Rifle and Amp. Pistol Association v. Brune, 2022. Under the same standards applied to other constitutional rights. The case before the court, Woolford v. Lopez, challenges a Hawaii law that effectively bans firearms in many public spaces by requiring gun owners to obtain explicit permission from business owners before carrying a weapon. While superficially different from the outright bans struck down in Brune, the Hawaii law achieves a similar outcome by indirect means. The Brune conundrum, the central problem lies in Brune's unique historical test. Gun regulations must align with this nation's historical tradition of firearm regulation. This requires courts to compare modern laws to analogous regulations from the founding era. Critics, including judges across the political spectrum, have called this test vague and unworkable. However, Hawaii's lawyers presented strong historical evidence, including 18th-century laws in New Jersey and New York, that mirrored the state's requirement for property owner permission. Despite this, a majority of the court's conservative justices signaled they are likely to strike down the law, suggesting the test is being applied selectively. A double standard emerges. Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Alito voiced concerns that the Second Amendment is being treated as a disfavored right, implying it should receive the same constitutional protection as other freedoms like speech or assembly. Yet, they also authored Brune, which established the very historical test that now creates this disparity. The court's apparent unwillingness to apply its own standard when it yields an unfavorable outcome exposes a contradiction. If justices dislike treating the Second Amendment differently, the solution would be to overrule Brune. Instead, they appear to want a system where the historical test is used to strike down laws when it suits them, but discarded when it doesn't. Furthermore, the court scrutinized arguments made by Hawaii's counsel, even questioning the relevance of historical laws potentially enacted for discriminatory purposes, like post-Reconstruction laws in Louisiana designed to disarm Black citizens. While such laws are unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment, their existence does not invalidate all historical parallels. The implication: a selective application of rights. The court's stance suggests a willingness to prioritize outcomes over consistent legal principles. If modern gun laws align with historical precedent, the conservative majority appears reluctant to uphold them, fearing it would grant the Second Amendment undue privilege. But if those laws lack historical analogs, the same justices will strike them down under Brune's unique test. This selective application undermines the integrity of constitutional law, raising questions about whether the court is genuinely committed to fair interpretation or merely seeking to achieve desired policy results. The outcome in Woolford v. Lopez will likely further destabilize the Second Amendment framework, leaving its future uncertain and potentially reinforcing a perception of ideological bias.